Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Slow Burn Pro Wrestling Podcast, where all professional wrestling storylines live. As always, I am your host, Matt Brandon, bringing you all professional wrestling's news, notes, innuendos, and whatever else of professional wrestling that you can think of. And we got some stuff to talk about. All right, here's the plan today. Okay, obviously, happy Sunday to you. All right, hope everybody's enjoying. We got some hockey going on today. Huge day today. Can't wait for tonight with TNA Rebellion. But here's what we're going to talk about today. First off, I've got a few personal things we're going to talk about. One of them going to be the freaking fiasco of yesterday's show. But I got a few other things personalized that I actually spoke about in the show yesterday, and I'm gonna try to go a little. I'm gonna stretch it, but we'll see how it goes. All right. I want to go ahead and recap last night's AEW Collision. Scored it a B. It was a good show. Had some down moments, but overall, really good show with some very, very quality action. And obviously, like I said, I want to do the TNA Rebellion pay-per-view preview that we're going to have tonight on Triller TV or TNA Plus. And then we have our week in review. And man, it's been a week. It has been a week. So first off, as I say this and hope to God, after I've tested twice now and I know that my microphone was recording. So if it's not recording now, I'm going to be fucking pissed and we're not going to do another show. But here's the deal. Yesterday, I go through my show, I'm putting all my stuff in. It takes a little while to get it done. We're editing, we're doing all of our stuff, we're adding our music, we're adding our logos and blah, blah, blah. I've recorded. And then I've got it all set and ready to go, and I go to review it and blah, 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 and then the mic did not work. So basically, we had the intro song, we had all of our pictures coming up that I do. You guys know I've gotten a little better with that stuff. I still could be so much better. But so I'm all ready, and then it gets to my point where I do the intro logo, and then I'm just waiting on me, and there I am, and I say, because my mic didn't fucking work. And again, I said this in my live yesterday. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't buy your recording equipment on Temu. All right, this is what you do. When I first started this venture, I went as cheap as possible because I honestly didn't know if I could pull it off. I honestly didn't know if I'd be worth a shit at it. I still don't know that. But I'm having fun, so I don't really give a damn. But like, I'm buying everything I can. Like, the majority of my equipment is Temu equipment. I have no shame in saying that. I have had some really awesome people send me some great gifts too. That's helped out along the way. Todd, Charles, I'm talking to. So thank you for that. But like yesterday was just a damn thing, and you guys know, I have special needs son. We talk about Brock, and Brock needs a lot of attention, and yesterday he needed a lot of attention. We had a hell of a Saturday, but regardless, I thought, you know what, fuck this. I don't have enough time to record another show, dedicates to my normal stuff, because remember, as much as I would love for this to be my full-time job, it is my full-time hobby, all right? And I have to preface that with full-time hobby. So anyway, I apologize for yesterday. It really sucks because fucking SmackDown was fantastic, all right? And I really had so much to talk about with SmackDown. I am going to talk a little bit about SmackDown's main event, all right? But we'll get to that here in a little bit because, my God, that main event was unreal. How that match isn't on Mania, I don't know. The other thing what's probably good is that I actually spent a little more time talking about the fucking Rock stuff, even though I said I wasn't going to. So today I'm not going to do that unless it just comes up in conversation. I'm not going to do that. But the one thing I do want to talk about, and this was like the first, I don't know, 6-7 minutes of the show yesterday. So I'm going to try to go a little quicker today as I go through my stuff. But I've been doing all of this, you guys. We've been going for a couple months, all right, basically since December. So we've been going for a couple months, doing anywhere from 3 to 5 shows a week, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But as you've seen, my Studio RR, has completely well, it's vanished. We started off with a few things here and there, and then I got my wrestling memorabilia, and we had all my figures, my collectibles set up, my toys. All right, we had those set up. I had my freaking neon light. I just, it looked remotely like a studio, even though it was something that I threw together in damn 20 minutes. But as you've seen, now I got nothing. Right? I got nothing. That's because, and I've made this comment a few times, me and my family, we are moving. Right. And now my wife's went public with it. My in-laws went public with it. Most people know. I don't know if everybody on here knows, but we are actually leaving the CSRA, unfortunately. By the beginning of June, we're making our journey back home. All right, we're going back to the St. Louis area. It's where I'm from, born and raised. It's where my family is at, and it's time for our family to make this change. It's gonna suck, man, because I love it here. I love North Augusta. I love the CSRA. The wrestling scene has freaking really in the last year kind of engulfed me and have been so awesome letting me take part in the stuff that you do. And I'm going to continue to help out the CSRA wrestling groups, the people that are my friends, Next Level Championship Wrestling, Phoenix Wrestling Experience, Iowa Pro Wrestling, Insane Wrestling, IWE, CSRA Championship Wrestling. No matter what it is, I'm going to continue to help as much as I possibly can. And I'll be down here a couple times every now and again, every April. I hope to be down here. There's something that goes on here in April I've heard about that I like to attend. But yeah, we're leaving. We're making the trek up. We're actually in the process right now. We're going to be in the St. Charles area. I've got a new job. I'm leaving North Augusta High School, where I've been for so damn long, Aiken County School District for so damn long, and it was time for a change. And it's not that we had issues and we hate it here. We love it here, and it's been one of the hardest decisions that we've had to make. I'm going to miss so many people, and again, we're going to keep going. It isn't like I'm leaving, but there is a reason that I'm talking about this. Okay. Man, I miss all my friends, my coworkers, my fucking ball players, man. You guys have meant so much to me. You still do. I know some of you actually listen to this show. So those of you that don't, my guys, tell them what I said. All right. I love all you guys. You're a part of my family that I always have on my mind. So, yeah, stuff like that's going to be suck. It is what it is. And I'm going to tell you, the reason I'm mentioning all this is pretty simple. We're going to have to take a hiatus coming up soon, or I may just have to do a couple lives here and there. Matter of fact, in about a week and a half, I'm not going to be in this home anymore, so I'm going to have to pull up my equipment. And probably what I'm going to end up doing is just record on a laptop here and there when I can. But the base shows are going to have to take a little bit of a break, although I will have a presence on the Facebook machine and online and things of that sort. So that's kind of where we're at. I hate that all of this is it's going to come to an end here in the CSRA for me, but I'm going to continue to help. Like I said, especially guys, my guys, Next Level Championship Wrestling, what, Josh, thank you. You've made me feel a part of the wrestling business, which is something that I've always wanted to do. So thank you for that. Phoenix Wrestling Experience as well, PWE, fantastic. I mean, you guys have made me feel like it's at home to me. So that will not be forgotten. And that's why I will continue to help publish everything I can to help you guys and go from there. Because it's not like I'm not going to have friends down here. We still got people I can push, right? So, yeah, all of that's happening. It's a lot. So I'm going to have to take some time off from the show. We're going to have to pack up the stuff. And it might be even more bare bones. But this is my promise to you. In the home that I'm going to be moving to in Missouri, and I can't wait to get involved in the indie scene up there, by the way. Cannot wait. Some of you guys I've already been in contact with and we've spoke. So the indie scene in St. Louis, get ready because the slow burn's on the way. But yeah, my promise to you is simple. In my new place, we will have an actual studio. All right. We are going to have the Slow Burn studio. We're going to make it up. It's going to be very wrestling focused. Probably have some Cardinal stuff in there, maybe some blue stuff, Mizzou, North Carolina, maybe some Masters. But it's going to be a wrestling studio. And yeah, that's where we're going. So even though we're going to have a little bit of downtime here and some bare bones shit happening in the next couple weeks, the shift is coming and it's going to be an improvement. So as we continue to evolve here with things like that, I want to continue to grow this program. I want to continue to grow the Slow Burn. And that means helping me out, guys. Share my stuff. Make sure that you're liking, subscribing, doing everything that you can to help out the Slow Burn. You don't even have to listen, man. Just hit the thumbs up button and you're good. Hit the share button. I'd love it. So anyway, that's kind of the long and short of what I went through yesterday in my spiel. Yeah, it sucks. It's a bummer. I'm going to miss this place. I'm going to miss my home. I'm going to miss my friends, my ball players, my family that I've made here. But it's time. And Missouri, get ready because the Brandons are on their way and we cannot fucking wait, right? So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. I want to go ahead and say that I did play a good round of golf yesterday, which was nice. But other than that, it was kind of a shit show. But let's go ahead and we're in some crazy times right now, right? And we're all going to get through it. By the way, here's to hoping, fingers crossed that, I don't know, the housing market in St. Louis is insane. Here's to hoping that today is the day, right? Nothing like buying a house when you're 750 fucking miles away, right? The other thing, too, I want to say, as I just caught myself saying the F word again, I'm going to try to tone down my language just a little this week. I've been aggressive this week, and I know it, but I am going to try to tone down just a little bit. Maybe not as many f bombs. Maybe I'll start saying piss a lot rather than fuck. You tell me, but I promise I'm gonna cut it. All right, I got you, brother. So let's get into the talk, man. Let's get into the business of pro wrestling. Okay, AEW Collision last night. Like I told you to start the show, we scored it a B. We were live from New Orleans, and it was a good show. You know, it's funny that sometimes Collision, like, it's not expected to be much. It's the secondary show, as they say. It's WCW Thunder in a way, but much better. All right, now I wasn't expecting a whole lot last night, and I actually got a ton, and that was the great thing. We opened up with Swerve on a promo. Comes down in his street clothes. I love Swerve's new shirt with the forever. Like, if anybody out there wants to buy me a new wrestling shirt, that would be a good one. So there you go. We got and Swerve started off with a promo until he wasn't having a promo because the Young Bucks interrupted him and basically said, "Oh yeah, by the way, nice gear. You're wrestling now." And the nutsack licker Blake Christian comes out. Remember the guy? And he might be the most awesome guy ever, and he's a damn good wrestler for a high flying young guy. But he will forever and always be the nutsack licker for me because of sticking the hand down the pants and then, like, that will never go away in my brain. All right, that's like the kid in later on in elementary school that poops his pants, and like nobody's doing that. You're not fucking two, right? You poop your pants forever and a day. That kid's probably poopy pants, right? That no matter what, you a fucking 47-year-old man. He's working in an office. There goes old poopy pants. Remember? Well, that's how I feel about Blake Christian and being a nutsack licker. With the fact that, yeah, I'm not even doing it. But the match was pretty good. Bucks come in and they change it up a lot. The heel work that they've done in the last year and a half has been so good. Swerve wins. Probably more of a competitive match than what I expected it to be. I assumed it would be more squashish, but with Blake Christian, he's a cheater. He bends the rules, so it kind of worked out. He had his partner, Taylor. I forget the first name. Anyway, Ring of Honor guy. He actually, after the match, jumped Swerve from behind. Swerve then immediately wears his ass out, and then on come the Bucks. Bucks start beating the piss out of Swerve. I'm thinking, like, we're gonna see a run in. I didn't know exactly who it would be. For some reason, I was thinking Ospreay. I thought, all right, here Ospreay's gonna come down here, because him and Swerve have had a little bit of interaction. And then I thought, oh my God, what if it's Hangman? Like, what if Hangman makes this save and that changes that story? But I'm glad I didn't, and I'm glad who we got. Kenny Omega comes down, cleans. Actually, he took a little bit of an ass kicking, and then the tides kind of change a little bit. So, in all reality, I thought this piece was really good. Omega making the save. What are we setting up though? That's my question. Like, is this setting up? I know next week on Dynamite they got this big 8-man tag match with Young Bucks, Okada, and Ricochet, like Briscoe and Omega and Kevin Knight and Speedball. That's not Swerve. So my thing is, with Omega making the save here with Swerve, is that setting up Anarchy in the arena? And if so, like, what other direction can it go? I mean, the thing of it is, because you still got the Death Riders that have had that interaction with the Bucks too. So it almost looks like, we have a lot. But what point are we going to try to get to? Now, there's still time. All right. Now, Double or Nothing's around the corner. Okay. Towards the end of May. I think it's the third week of May. So we got that coming up around the corner. But All In is what we're truly building to, right? Which is in July. That is their Mania. I shouldn't say that. It's their All In. That's bullshit, because AEW is its own. I don't like. Here I am. I sit here and say I don't like the comparison thing, and then I just compared. So my bad. All right. But regardless, there's still time to build for that. So I'm very excited to see the direction they go. Okay. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna speed through a little bit of this, but I do want to spend a little time on Toni Storm's match. It was a title qualifier that she set up on Wednesday with Queen Aminata. All right, and basically, title qualifier. Aminata beats Toni, then she's gonna get a title shot. That's the idea. Toni goes over. You knew she was going to go over, but I want to say this was a really good contest. Like, Queen Aminata has improved so much. She's gotten a little bit better in the interview. She's still a little awkward. You can see it some, but in the ring, man, she has made as much progress in such a short amount of time as any female that I've seen in a lot of years. And to be honest, I think that this was a great freaking pairing. They danced very well together. They really did. Some very hard hitting stuff. And again, Tony is so damn good. She can make it. She could wrestle with a broomstick, and it's going to be a great match. It's probably going to be a 17 star on Meltzer's rankings. But regardless, like this one here worked. Now, the reason I wanted to spend just a little bit of time on it is because I have an idea. I do a little bit of fantasy booking on here. You guys know that. I have some ideas that I like to throw out, but here's an idea. Okay. That match, they were friendly. Okay. At the end, Tony shakes her hand. Like there was a level of babyface respect there because both of them are baby faces. So here's an idea. All right. Because of the friendliness, because of Tony showing the respect to Queen, why doesn't Tony take the Queen under her arms a little bit? Why don't she put her under her wing and let this bird flourish? And think about this. Queen Aminata, she's a freaking soldier. She's a big, strong wrestler. You still have something that could happen down the road with Megan Bayne, all right, who we know is an absolute powerhouse. I would love to see Queen Aminata and Megan Bayne. And if that's the key, I mean, Tony's mentor or her mentee, rather, I should say, learning the ropes from Tony. And then later on down the road, the split's going to happen. But I don't know. For some reason, I think that could really work. You'd get a different presentation, obviously, for Queen Aminata, but regardless, like I think that it could be a piece that would play out. So, Tony, whoever, listen. There you go. It's just an idea. It's just an idea. But if you do take it, I get a cut. That's pretty obvious. It's the contract that we should be signing. But yeah, I thought I don't know. While that was all going on, while they were in a match, while they were actually wrestling, I kind of thought this could really work. This is an interesting little ploy. And then I thought, man, Matt, you're so damn smart. Like, really. And then I started smiling because I was thinking, yeah, no, for real though, could be a good idea. Something just to, I don't know, mix it around your brain for a little bit. Tell me what you think later on. All right. We had another stupid Max Caster Open Challenge. Hologram goes over here. Hologram now 23-0 in AEW since he made his appearance. What was it? Last summer, maybe, when he came on originally. Yeah, 23-0. Plus, he had that long little injury spell. So, we'll see. Hologram's presentation is fun. I mean, he's not the best luchador that there is in the world, but he's not bad. He does a few things that are a little different. I don't know. We'll see. It's one of those things, though, that sometimes luchadors can really have a good expression, even though they have a mask on. And his mask is so full face that I don't know. Maybe sometimes the expression isn't there, and that's my issue with him. But regardless, another Max Caster Open Challenge that he fails. And honestly, Max Caster is so much bigger and stronger than Hologram. This should have been at least a competitive match, and it was basically a hologram squash. Like, it makes sense if you do that to Hangman. It makes sense if you do that to Lance Archer. Like, it makes sense if you do that to these monsters, but you're going to do that to a 5'9" luchador? Like, I don't know. But I will say, I am starting. There's one thing of the Max Caster Open Challenge that I am starting to get behind, and that's, let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler alive. There were some people chanting it. Okay. I'm telling you, this in the next 2 weeks, we're actually going to get the whole crowd chanting, let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler alive. It's going to happen. We're all going to say, Matt told us, but it's going to happen, and I can't wait. But it's not going to lead anything to this. This whole fucking piece is still sour. All right, freaking piece. Sorry, brother. It's still sour. So, yeah, Crew and Top Flight had matches. Imagine that. They wrestled again. Crew goes over. I want to say this one thing about this match. Decent match, competitive. Layla Gray's the star of that group. Okay. The whole thing that was going on, whether it be Leo Rush, whether it be Action Andretti, Darius and Dante Martin, the whole crew. Layla Gray is the star, and she got laid out a little bit, showed some good expression, showed some good emotion. I don't know, she stuck out to me last night in that match. Anna Jay, she had a squash match versus Taylor Gainey, local talent. Easy squash match. Anna looked good, loved her gear. Great new gear. Of course, Carolina Blues is the greatest color in the world. But like, she gets her squash match, goes over in like 5 minutes, and then she gets squashed because Megan Bain comes down and destroys her like that. But here's the one I want to think. All right, I'm going to say this again. I have said it before. Penelope Ford. There's no reason for her to be with Megan Bain. Now, if Penelope wanted to come out and start jawing with Anna Jay like she did, I'm okay with that. Do your thing, girl. But then here comes Megan Bain, and it's like, why? This lady is supposed to be this indestructible monster, and like she's freaking Brock Lesnar. I mean, seriously, that's who she is, and yet she needs Penelope Ford, and it's still that piece is not working with me. Everything about Megan Bain's presentation is good, except Penelope Ford. That's like stop. And that's what my note says. It says stop. Bandito goes over Jalistico for the Ring of Honor Championship. Solid match, decent luchador match. I'd actually like to see them go with a little more time. It seemed like that match was a little rushed at times, and maybe it's because the beginning was slow. But I don't know. We'll see. Decent match though. But Bandito goes over, keeps his Ring of Honor belt. Oh my gosh, Roosh! Thank God you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Glad to see Roosh back. Always good to see AR Fox back. Roosh goes over AR Fox. I love Roosh so much. Like, he is so underutilized in my opinion. And again, there's a lot of things going on. A lot of people, a lot of working parts, and you can't focus on everybody all the time. I understand that, but man, I feel like since Roosh has gotten back, we still haven't gotten him in any type of limelight, and we deserve more than that because Roosh is a badass. Maybe some vignettes, man. Maybe we need a couple LFI vignettes and see where we go with that. But great to see Roosh, and I want to say AR Fox, freaking amazing, man. I don't call AR Fox enhancement talent. All right, I'm not going to call AR Fox a jobber because honestly, there is very few veterans that can do the things that he does, still teach, still really grind with these young guys. And, like I said, he's a freaking role model for them. And he's really out there teaching while he's going. So, AR Fox, tip of the hat to you, my friend. Keep it up. We love what you do. Trent and Rocky Romero backstage. They beat up the Outrunners. That was stupid. How are they stronger than the Outrunners? Whatever. I'm leaving that. That's probably my biggest reason for a B on this. And I know that's very nitpicky, but that made zero sense to me. And also, I thought they were members of the Callis family, yet they were back there by themselves with zero direction. So I don't know. We shall see. Maybe the Callis family shrunk. I was just bragging on it growing and saying, let's not get it to that NWO part. But right now we're in a good space. I don't know. That brings us to our main event, and we're going to have to speed up a little bit. I've done it again, but FTR, first off, FTR over Paragon. I said that yesterday. Remember, they used to be the Undisputed Kingdom, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're Paragon, which yesterday on my show, I said, which none of you saw, I said that sounded like a Lord of the Rings character. All right, the mighty Paragon. The match was good. I thought it offered a lot. We had some good struggles with the babyface. We had some nice cheating moments with the heels. My one thing is what the hell is Stokely Hathaway doing out there? Big Stoke. I mean, that's my only issue with right now, FTR's heel run to start. Because, man, they make great heels. They're fantastic, especially Dax. Dax is so damn good with that, like, sarcastic, I'm right, you're wrong type thing. But the whole thing is Big Stoke. Like, what are you giving to me there? So, I don't know. We had Daniel Garcia make the save. After Adam Cole made the save, they beat the piss out of Roderick and Kyle O'Reilly. After that, FTR, I mean. And then after that, Adam Cole comes down, checks on him, and then he's kind of cornered as FTR's getting ready to jump Adam Cole. Daniel Garcia's music hits, and he comes down and makes the save. We're going to see something more with this. This is far from done. And I want to say this. I need more Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly tagging together. Like, that's a hell of a tag team, man. They can make a run, an absolute run. And I know they've done it before. So it's not like it's something that's brand new, but it's something we haven't seen in a long time. So, yeah, overall, like I said, good show. It's a B. We're going to go from there. Real quick, let's run through the TNA Rebellion card tonight. Pre-show, we're going to have Zaya Brookside, Lee Ying Lee, Rosemary versus Fatal Influence from NXT. That'll be good. Then we have an Elijah Open Challenge. We might be seeing someone new show up tonight. I have a feeling we might, all right? Our main card's huge, by the way. It's going to be a long night tonight. Rascals and Ace Austin versus The System. It's going to be Great match. Mike Santana versus Mustafa Ali in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I have talked to you guys about that feud, how damn good I think it is. Steve Macklin and EY, Eric Young going at it for the International Championship. Knockouts Tag Team Championship. Fatal 4-Way. We have Ash by Elegance. We have Spitfire. We have the Meta Girls from NXT. And we have Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan from NXT. It'll be good. I actually think that I think Elegance will go over here. We shall see. Also, if System goes over, Mike Santana goes over, Steve Macklin goes over. Okay. Ultimate X, Moose versus Leon Slater versus, oh my God, El Hijo de Vikingo, KC Navarro, Sidney Akeem, formerly known as Scripps, representing St. Louis. And who else? Oh, yeah, always fucking ready, baby. Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder, one of my favorites of all time, one of my awesome favorites online right now. Nothing but always ready, baby. Deathmatch God. I think Leon Slater's winning this match. It's crazy. Vikingo's going to be the guy here. By the way, if you have not watched El Hijo de Vikingo, he's the guy that was on Mania this weekend representing AAA. He's the guy that punched or kicked, rather, El Grande de Americano. So watch for that. For that only watch, right? Such a good freaking guy. We got great tag team championship match. Like I said, Leon Slater wins Ultimate X. Tag team Hardys versus the Nemeths. We're going Hardys here, okay? Because their run that they're doing right now is so damn good. Knockouts Championship, Masha versus Tessa Blanchard. This could very, very sneaky be the best match on the card, and it very well could be the best match of the week. All right? You want to see a hard-hitting women's match? Tune in tonight. Watch Masha Slamovich over Tessa Blanchard. I'm saying Masha goes over tonight. All right? But this feud will be far from over. It will be far from over. And then your main event, guys, we've got a triple threat for the TNA Championship. We have Joe Hendry, say his name, and he appears, defending his TNA Championship versus Frankie Kazarian and All Ego Ethan Page. I'm saying Hendry goes over here, but I won't be surprised. I hope it doesn't happen, but I won't be surprised if it's Cass. I really won't. So, going to be a great, great show. Cannot wait for TNA Rebellion tonight. Yeah, super happy, super happy. Triller TV or TNA Plus, guys, check it out. It's going to be one of the best shows of the year. Now, speaking of best stuff, let's talk about our weekend review. All right, this one was a tough one for me, especially with missing a show and everything, because you might not have heard everything I said. But let's do it, all right? Our show of the week this week was SmackDown, okay? It's been a while since I had a SmackDown as the show of the week, I think. But we gave that runner-up as TNA Impact this week. They just did a great job pushing towards Rebellion. I thought it was awesome. But SmackDown is our show of the week. Our promo of the week this week, I gave it to John Cena from Monday Night Raw. From SmackDown. I thought that piece he did on SmackDown was the best one of the week. Could have gave Cena his one from Raw as well and been fine. But for second there, I actually did a tie for second. Santana, the stuff he did during the meeting that he talked about on his little AA meeting that he did on Impact was great. I also said Toni Storm's promo that she cut outside on the red carpet at the TMC Movie Festival, Turner Movie Festival. Tony cut one of the best promos you'll ever hear. If you haven't heard it, it's all over online. Go check it out. All right. And then, guys, match of the week. Holy shit. TLC, Street Profits, over DIY, over Motor City Machine Guns. One of the best matches that I have seen in a very long time. I'm a sucker for TLC, but this is the way it should be done. By the way, our runner-up was the Young Bucks over Speedball Mike Bailey and the Jet Kevin Knight on Dynamite. Such good. But I'm going to tell you guys, if you didn't have a chance to watch that damn TLC match on SmackDown, do it. It is so good. Yeah, and the Street Profits, man, they look. Montez Ford is high level. WWE, Triple H, Paul Heyman, whoever's listening, push Montez Ford. Okay, they can't stay a tag team forever. It feels like they have been. Push Montez Ford. Montez Ford is going to be a world champion. Mark my word. I'm passionate about it. I believe it. So, and speaking of world champions, that's me, right? The Slow Burn right here, world champion of all professional wrestling podcasts. And here's the deal, guys. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. All right, we're going to take Monday off. I'll be back on Tuesday to do our Raw recap and go from there. I'll still have some function online, so pay attention. We'll be around. But overall, guys, thanks for everything you do. Sorry to drop the bad news on you early. Or maybe it's good news. It all depends, I guess, on which side. Or maybe it's bad news all around because nobody wants anything to do with the slow burn. But regardless, I'm glad to do it. It's been a hell of a week, guys. Another one on its way. Like I said, we'll be back on Tuesday, getting ready for the slow burn post Monday Night Raw show, and we'll go from there. It's going to be a great week. Just tell yourself it's going to be a great week. But remember, in this world, we're wrestling everything. So stay on top. Thanks for listening to the slow burn.